Hey everyone, welcome to today's live human design reading with manifesting generator Sasha Lipskaia. She is a remarkable, amazing spiritual intuitive coach, and she has an immense amount of knowledge in many healing modalities. And she wants you to discover your love for your true self and even what that self looks like. What does that self radiate from? And she does it coming from a place of her own beauty shining forward and radiating that to the world. She is the most wonderful friend that we've never met in person, but we're going to meet in person one day and really give each other a hug. But she sees people so clearly and she embraces who they are and who they can become. Now, as we go throughout her chart, we'll pull her in a few minutes, in just a minute. I want you to tell us where you're joining in from. Drop that in the comments. Also, any questions as we go through her chart that you have. And make sure you welcome her as well. All right, welcome everybody to Sasha. Hello, Sasha.
Hello. I'm like, oh my God, I felt, oh, that was such a beautiful introduction, Courtney. I was listening to you and everybody, just so you know, I didn't say any of that to Courtney to say.
No.
She just came up with all of that, and all of it feels like it's coming from your heart, and it's so like humbling, and like I just feel so grateful for you and for seeing me so clearly and for being my friend and for inviting me into this journey with you and being able to be part of your community in this way and contribute and learn. Like, I'm excited for you to read my chart. I'm like, yeah, I get my chart read by Courtney. Like, hells yeah. And just thank you. So thank you. And hi, everyone. Hi.
Thank you so much. I know I was going to ask you for your bio, but I was like, I got this, And I wanted to do one for my heart because we've had such a journey together. We met, I think, during real COVID lockdown. Yes.
Yeah.
And we just hit it off. I just felt like, you're one of those people that you can just share your soul with and you just embrace that fully. You embrace the person, and it's just so easy to talk to you and to share and to connect. It's like one of the most remarkable things that I pinch myself every time that I have a great friend like you.
Oh my God. Thank you. And I want to say that, yeah, you actually not asking me for my bio and like creating that, like that feels like it feels so powerful that you're like, no, I know what to say. And also it's a gift to me to hear, that this is how you feel about me and this is how you see me. And also I want to say that one of the things I want to share right now about Courtney, like she goes out of her way to make people feel loved and seen without them even asking. And you like shook my world where we first met, and you were talking to me about, like us talking about our businesses and creating and obviously taking care of ourselves. It's a big thing, but it's also what we do, right? It's what we teach.
Yes.
Doing it for ourselves can be challenging, right? And we'll talk about that for manifesting generators. For everybody, it's challenging. But you said, hold on, Sasha, I'm going to send you something that I feel is going to really just support everything you're already doing to ground yourself, to protect your energy, right? To take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, like, okay. And I was like, I'm not sure what it is, but great.
Yeah.
Sure. And so 2 months later, I received this package from an unknown address in the States. And I was like, what is this? I want it. And then I'm in Canada, by the way, everyone. So yes, it came from the States. And I was like, okay. And there was no name. And there was like an address that I didn't recognize. And in it were 2 really beautiful essential oils. And it was lemon, and it was like a blend. It was like a relaxed blend. And I still have them. And I remember like feeling, okay, who would send me this? And I like went through, like the Rolodex of my
Yes.
It makes sense. And I was like, they're not in the States. This person doesn't have access to oils. I don't understand what's going on. They don't do oils. Like, who would? And then it just like kind of clicked because I recognized the brand, and you obviously were were using them, and you told me about them, and
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, it's Courtney. And I was like, that felt like, it was like, oh, today's Christmas? Like, it was like that. And it was around Christmas time, I feel. But I remember that so
Oh.
powerfully because I shared that feeling of gratitude with my client that day who was,
Oh.
reflecting on her journey. And I was like, this is how I manifest. I open my
Mm.
heart and I feel into what is best for my highest self, but I don't try to make it happen. And that showed me, right? That literally showed me, yeah, and this is how you know that is the way that you want to manifest, because I didn't ask,
Mhm.
right, for anything. I just shared my journey with you. You shared yours. We connected. You felt to offer me something. I said, yes,
Oh.
please. Right. And then it
Yes.
came when I most didn't anticipate it, but I know most needed a gift from someone out of
Yes.
nowhere to say, hey, I see you. I feel you. Take care of yourself just because I love you. And I was like,
Oh.
okay. And it says you're on the right path. Keep working, keep walking, keep talking about what you're talking about. This is
Yes.
all true. So just to show you guys, like, Courtney knows her stuff without even, this was before human design. This was before this part of
Yeah.
this, right? And so now, all right, I'm gonna shut up. You now,
No.
you do me.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So, okay, so you live in Canada. I just want to make
Yes,
sure. But right now you are in
Colombia. Right now, I'm in
Colombia.
a very
Okay.
fancy hotel room, and I'll post my Instagram later. I just took a photo of
Yes.
my standing desk that I created out of pillows, my backpack, to a desk, and like so. This is how I need my standing desk, So
Yes.
manicures, I need a manicure too. But this is first. And so anyways, yes, I'm in a hotel room in Medellin, Colombia, where I came for work, for mastermind, where I was
Yes.
coaching, and then I stayed because I'm half Colombian and I've never actually explored this country. And so I'm like, well, this is all again the universe aligning for me to finally go in and see what's here. And it's been an incredible journey, which I won't share right now. But yes, this is my last week in Medellin, and then I fly back to Canada, and we'll
Oh,
see. But it's incredible here. Yeah.
that is so beautiful. And that drops right into we're going to hit with your manifesting generator
Yes.
side
Yes.
and your journey with this. And as a manifesting generator, an important thing that you can do is give yourself permission to change, give
Mhm.
yourself permission to evolve, give yourself permission to open up your heart to be that next level, to
Yeah.
follow things. So oftentimes, manifesting generators want things right now. They want things at this exact moment because they have this vision and they have all the energy to back it up, right? We have this manifestor side
Yeah.
that's calling in and following those urges to do something. And
Mhm.
then you have the generator side that can back up that information
Mm.
with work, can get it done. But
Yeah.
there's this necessary part of an MG when you're living your design is to be able to pivot, to be able to combine all these passions into your own self and to
Mm.
take ownership of that.
Mm.
And in business, we see a lot of pressure to put someone in a box, like, well, I'm passionate about, eating healthy and um, spiritual work and, whatever else it is, but it doesn't seem like they fit. But for an
Design. Right. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They all fit for an MG. They all fit. They don't have to look like a certain package like anyone else's package because
Mm.
you're uniquely designed to just be you.
Mm.
And yeah,
It feels so good. I just
so
got shivers. I'm like, thank you. Yeah, because it's like, am I just crazy? No. That's just
no,
who
well,
I am.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I get that from so many of the MGs that I coach is, am I crazy? I just want this to fit in line. I have this and this and this and this, and they don't all line up and fit together. But that non-linear self is who you're truly meant to be. And
Mm.
people accept that. It's just you accepting that for yourself. So through your career journey, I know you and you've been in different areas and different points and multi-passionate and multi-dimensional with your journey experience. But
Mm.
how has that journey experience helped you to be a coach?
Mm. So the way that this journey, right, and embracing and embodying all of the things that I'm passionate about, that called my soul out, right? Including my acting career, my work in media and communications and public speaking and feminism, like all these now healing modalities, coaching, psychology,
Yes.
right? I wanted to say archaeology, archetypal work, archaeology,
Yes.
not one of them, not yet.
It could be.
Yeah. So,
Keep the
but
door open.
probably, yeah, I mean, something's dropping in. All right, I'm open. So, and the way that it all right now, especially feels like almost like it's in a good way, overwhelmingly clear how it all supports my work as a coach, is that I don't put anyone in the box ever, right? So I see you without you. So without your box, without your ideas about who you are, who you're supposed to be, who you were. Now, all of these are elements that we will use, right? All of the things that you've lived, the stories you've told yourself, the stories that you've believed, they're not bad, they're not good. They just are stories, right? So they essentially aren't true to your essence, right? They are essentially not your essence. And I see that raw material, that energy, and I work in an intuitive way, which means that I do use I don't want to say I use my intuition. I literally, I live through it, where I read information, but I don't call it like a reading or, anything. It's whatever serves. So yes, in the moment that I'm working with somebody, what serves best could be a very classical container of coaching, right? Where I invite somebody to discover the truth that they won't see themselves. And I reflect to them how I feel and what I see they're sharing, so that they can witness something that they can't see themselves because they can't see themselves, right? But if I see their box and I reflect their box, or what they believe, right? Or what they think, or what they want me to believe, or what they are comfortable living in, that I'm not actually serving them. I'm just reaffirming, again, talk about manifesting and goals even.
Yes.
I don't care about your goals. I care about the you that's creating the goals, right? So the goals don't matter. What matters is where they're coming from. And so the first and most important step in any container that we create with my clients, some of it is more intuitive, right? Some of it is more anchored in energetic work. It depends, right? It just flows, but it is a container, right? There is a guiding force of, we start here, you want to get over here. This is your vision. This is your need. This is your desire. This is what you want to overcome. We're going to walk this together. And I, as an expert, not an expert in you, right? But an expert in your transformation process as a human being. I will see you exactly where you're at, but I will see the truth of you in this moment, so that I can reflect to you your greatest self, your greatest potential, and the things that you don't recognize you are, so that you can create your desire from the truth of what you are. You can't actually know what you want if you don't know who you are, because you want things that aren't true to you if you don't know who you are. And also, we can create all the goals in the world and you'll manifest them. You will, right? We will have experienced this. I got what I wanted, but it's not what I want. How is that possible? Yeah. So what's the point, right? So then, yes, I care about your goals, but I care about your soul goals, the goals that you don't even realize you have. And I know this to be experiential for me as well, which is why I have a coach. I actually have my first session with my coach today, and I'm so excited to do this with you. And I'm like, and then someone else is going to coach me through, my next step. And I'm like, this is one of the most important things you can gift yourself, right? The opportunity to discover what you are through the eyes of someone who wants the best for the truest, most, I don't want to say pure in the sense of bad or good, but just essential part of you, so that you can manifest the things that you can't even imagine that you want, because they're coming from that higher self, that the whole point of which is to create a life for you that takes your own breath away, because you didn't plan. Right. And that's the point. I don't want to know what's going to happen. Of course, I want to be confident and safe in what's happening, but I want to trust, which you will if you know it's coming from your higher self, because it can't not take care of you. It can't ask you to dream something that isn't possible and isn't in your highest good and won't serve everyone around you. That isn't possible, right? Just like you go to bed, it feels good. Your body takes care of itself. It's you as life force itself taking care of yourself. But to answer your question succinctly, the way that all of this work that I've done and all of that I learn and continually am learning and exploring, serving is in that way of expanding my palette as an artist of this container that I get to co-create with my clients, so that when they come in, I can tap into what they need so that they can feel safe, seen, heard, accepted, and loved, and trust themselves to reveal to me what is true, so that I can guide them to the deeper truth that's calling them. And I can only do that, right, if I've done my own work and I'm doing my own work.
Yes.
But also if I actually do have tools and do have experiences to pull from coaching, psychology, and healing work, and I'm not put in a box myself where I'm like, well, I don't do this, right? I don't know. No, let's pull up the menu. Yes, we do this. Let's do it. And if I don't, I will learn how to do this because I can see it's of service. Clearly something is calling me to learn to do this. So I will incorporate it, right? And I will start offering it because it's being asked for. And for me, it's like the best thing as a man gen, right? I'm like, I get to learn and I get to create and I get to incorporate and oh my God, and it's serving someone else, but it feels right? It feels so good to me. So it's serving everyone. And in the end of the day, it's all about falling in love, right? Falling in love with the human being in front of you and letting them see what I love. And what I love is their truth, their essence, their self beyond their ideas. And that is the only thing that's real. And that's the only thing. And from that place, anything is possible. And it feels right?
Yes.
But it feels effortless. It's that.
It does.
Container with flow, right? Both ends, the masculine and the feminine, which is why also I do sacred sexuality work, right? I work with the feminine and the masculine because it is, again, it's so important to understand like, well, how do I flow? How do I create? How do I manifest? How do I align? And there are technical things that we can use and we will talk about maybe, but they don't matter, right? As much as that openness, like you said, you started with being open to your whole potential, right? Being this raw energetic force and then an expert holding space for it to help you witness what's true right now, align it, move it forward, and then create the world you want to live in as the person that you really are, like your true self, which is beyond even, again, person. It's like, what is it, right? It's like raw, untapped, unlimited potential of a human being in a person, in the body, right? Beautiful.
Yes.
More than that, right?
So open.
It is not bad, but that's not all.
Right.
Like, holding this incredible force, and let's make it feel free and flowing, and just allow you to be like, oh, this is who I am. And there's no to the point of no return. Like I said, you becoming yourself to the point of no return. Like it's just
accepting it all. Well, and I love so many things of breaking that all down. Like I love that you followed your passion, right? In the points along your journey that you're like, I think we're going to go this way. I think we're going to do this. You know, you followed those points without judgment of where is this going to take me, or well, I was just here, I should probably stick this out or whatever, you know, that flexibility as being an MG, embracing the flexible, you know. I look at people who are able to do splits, and in a way, a man gen MG can do splits, you know, and then they can go out and bike, you know, 20 miles or whatever, you know, they're going from thing to thing, but they're being flexible in their life and they're not expecting it to turn out a certain way. They're just there for the journey, and that opens up to experience what it needs to. And once it gets that, it can go on to the next step. So what I love about this, what you're doing too, is you're listening to the next calling. You're open to the next phase, whatever that looks like, and doing it with gratitude as well. You know, that's part of when I, with my MGs and my gens, coaching them to have gratitude in the moments, not expecting their expectations to be so out of proportion with what is humanly possible to do or to experience or to find. And just being in the moment allows them to see and to feel within that space. So,
And that's our purpose, right? I do believe, I mean,
Yes.
I know, of course, we all create our purpose differently, right? And again,
Yeah.
like the projector, manifesting generator, and all of the things that we call purpose. In the end of the day, it's what are you embodying in the world? That's your
Mm.
purpose. And so when people look for their purpose and they go to coaching, they go to healing, they go to therapy, they try to figure out
Mhm.
what's the meaning of life? How can I be my authentic
Yes.
self, right? In service to me, but also in service to the world.
Yes.
How is it not selfish? It's not, it's self-full. You
Yes.
loving what you are is self-full love, which means that you are giving yourself what then you can give the world without any
Mm.
expectation, attachment, agenda,
Yeah.
right? That feels kind of
Right.
restrictive or weird or odd. And like our intuition is like, it's not quite aligned, right? And
Yeah.
from that place, everything feels aligned. And so you're not scared from a place of, like this actually will kill me. You're scared of, oh no, this is going to challenge me. Let's just pick up
Yes.
the gun. I might look like an idiot. Let's go. Cause it's going to be, I know it is, right?
Right.
And it is because you create that experience for yourself and then you feel so powerful. And so again, it just feels so empowering to even hear you say that because not everybody's an MG, right? But that
Yeah.
gratitude for your experience from the place of truth, knowing that the experience changes, right? But your
Yes.
essence doesn't. And so you get to, like not only
Yes.
transcend, but a friend of mine shared this with me, like this word that I don't use often, but now I'm feeling really called to use it, transfigure, right? So you're
Ooh.
transfiguring, not even transmuting. Yes, transmuting, little mutation, and
Yes.
transmutation happens, right? And people are like, it's so slow. And then one day it's like, oh my God, I don't know who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. Like you do a little bit,
Yes.
and it's a lot, and you don't realize how much you're transforming. And then one day, you're like,
Yeah. All those micro betterments
yes, yeah,
add up, and then it's like,
yeah,
how did I get here? Here I am. It's
and it's
incredible.
transfiguration. You've literally embodied
Yes.
a new expression of yourself as a person in this world, and it feels authentic, but also
Mhm.
really like almost, like you're meeting yourself for the first time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the
Whoa,
like
comforting.
falling in love
It's
with
like,
that every day. Yeah.
yes, it's like you're home again, and you didn't
Yes.
even know what that
Yes.
where
And it's
that
not boring.
was.
It's almost like, ooh, there's
Yes.
me, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Oh,
Mhm.
on your chart. So when I do chart readings, every time I just sit with the person's chart and
Mm,
I allow that chart to speak to me. So as a projector, I have a
yeah.
lot of open centers, so I can feel a lot of what's people
Mm,
are feeling or thinking or who they need to become, and being able to see who they need to become or who are they becoming in this
yeah.
journey. So on your chart, your G center spoke to me over and over and over and over and over again. It was like I was looking at different places on your chart, but it was like, and we're back to the G center. Now, in human design, there are 9 energy centers, and each energy center has a job and a gift that it brings to the person. And when we harness those gifts, when we're first aware of those gifts, then we can actually harness those gifts and do things with those gifts that take our life and our business and our career to the next level, and whatever we're focusing on. So your G center, you're defined, which means it's colored in. And it is self-love and direction, life direction. So
Mm,
you stand in your own self.
mm,
You are able to not be a chameleon in different environments. You're able to be a force where you're just comfortable in your own sense of direction, and almost this unity and love within yourself for that.
mm.
Now, um, in your coaching practice, how has this center of self and anchoring in your own self helped you support your clients?
Mm. I just also want to reflect to you how incredible you are at interviewing through this chart reading
Oh,
because you
oh,
are an incredible coach, right? And I want you
thank
to
you.
know that this moment I feel so seen and so
Oh,
important and
oh,
like valuable to not only again to this podcast, but just in being me, right? Which is the whole
oh.
point of your work. And so literally embodying your purpose right now, Courtney, and I can feel it
Oh.
energetically, and it's so beautiful. And everybody watch her do this. It's just so beautiful because that's something
Oh,
going
thank
through you, right? You're sharing
you.
how you do the work, then you're showing how you do the work. And it's like, there
Oh,
it is. And I'm getting shivers right now, which tells me this is really important. So I'm just holding
oh,
space
thank
for
you.
that's powerful. And that's inviting me to see more of the truth, right? That I may not
Mhm.
be seeing myself. And so that's coaching, right? And so I'm seeing this question right now, my heart, how is being really grounded, right? In what I am
Mhm.
and being so in love with it help me be an incredibly powerful coach.
Yeah.
Um, I can only love someone as much as I love this, which I
Mm.
know it's
Yeah.
beyond me, right? It's that which is life itself. And without having done, yes, a lot of work and study and understanding how is it that I love this so much, right? And learning to really not only stand in it, because I've always
Mhm.
felt very naturally like grounded in that.
Yeah.
That's my design, right? But living it and
Mhm.
embodying it has been a journey, right? The shadow is find your gift through the biggest challenges. And so the way that it now serves my work as a coach is that I know to the point of like deep suffering that I wasn't even
Mhm.
aware that I was suffering because I'm naturally so joyful and full of energy. Like it
Yeah.
both can be true, right? Yes,
Yes,
I have joy
exactly.
and I can be depressed, and so can you, right? And I'm not calling
Mhm.
it clinical depression by any means, but yeah, the feeling of like I don't feel good, right? This isn't right. And
Yes.
not giving yourself the time,
Coming
the
off.
space, the container, getting that support, right? The help so that you can actually witness what's happening and commit
Yes.
to doing the work and saying, hold on, no, 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 right? So I know what it's like to know what you are and know that love that is like waiting to expand in your
Mhm.
heart for this whole world experience from allowing yourself to love what you are and saying, no, you don't deserve that. You are going to pretend to be this. You're going to literally simple things, right? You're going to
Yeah.
change your body. You're going to change your face. You're going to lie about your age, where you're from, what you like, things like, I mean, I've done all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why? Because you want to be accepted and loved and fit in. And again, my life
Right.
story developed in such a way that I've put this work in because I've been put, in this divine aligned
Mhm.
story that I lived in situations where, yes, to survive, to feel like our inner child, right, needs to
Yeah.
survive, to feel like I fit in and that I won't be ostracized or judged or rejected. I need
Mhm.
to change what I am in essence. And from a very young age, I learned, right, that I know, I know this is what I am, but it's not
Mhm.
safe, right, to be that.
Yes.
And so I lived for a very long time. And again, in the irony of this universe, I was
Yeah.
called to be an actor. Why? Not so I
Yeah.
can learn to be a chameleon. In fact, no. So that's the only place that I felt free to be what I am because I could express
Mhm.
what I am in a story that I knew wasn't mine. Right. And I could just, again, what is acting? There is a big misconception. It's not trying to be something you're not, it's
Mhm.
tapping into the essence of the human experience and then
Yes.
being you in the given circumstances of the person you're performing as, right? Okay, this person lost a
Yes.
child, they live in this country. Yes, I
It's
can.
so raw.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Me in the given circumstances. But in my real life, right, I would,
Yeah.
again, due to the beautiful way that challenges are presented, I was literally
Mhm.
in positions where I was like, oh, I could be truly myself, or I could pretend to be something else so that I
Yes.
feel like I can get what I think I need and want and I liked. And my boyfriend, tells me he loves me and like all, and my prof tells me I did a good job. And
Yes.
right. Was that true? No, but that's what
Mhm.
so and I know that knowing, right, that isn't true. And that's what people are suffering. They know they're
Yes.
not living as who they are. And we can use the word authentic, true, aligned, whatever works in that moment, right? I'm not
Yeah.
me, I'm not, this is not true. And so disease, right? And I've experienced all of that. Again, everything, right? Like eating disorders, abusive relationships, jobs that feel abusive. They're like, what's going on, right? Like not understanding how to work with money energy, not allowing it to come in, right? Not allowing yourself to feel prosperous. All of that from this, I don't deserve the love that I know I'm worth.
Yeah.
Oh, I have, and I want to give myself, but I don't
Yeah.
think I deserve it. So I'm going to pretend to be someone that does. And what that
Yes.
takes is not at all that, right? And that's more
No.
and more and more reasons to feel like you're not loved, you're not good enough, you're not accepted. Why? Because you actually aren't being yourself. So that thing you're playing into, yeah, it's not accepted. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
And it feels like you can't actually keep doing it forever, right? So it's exhausting.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
I
yeah.
know like our energy speaks to other people before we even
Yeah.
open our mouth.
Yes.
Even like, even
Yeah.
online, I can tell someone's energy. I'm like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, or yeah, whoa, they're awesome, type of thing. But
Yeah.
it's
It's
that same
embodied.
situation. It's like, do we
Mhm.
come with our own clear energy? Or are we coming with this
Mhm.
muddled energy and having
Yeah.
that identity be
Mm.
anchored in who we really are? And
Yeah.
what you said earlier too is so beautiful, is accepting ourselves first
Yeah.
and loving ourselves is as
Okay.
much as we can love other people, like
Yes.
we can't truly go there without
No, it's a loop.
loving this.
Loop.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
you seeing you're seeing the divine right inside of you and knowing that that's what you are. It's like, well, I can't not love it. Like
Yeah.
it is incredible. It's love. And then being like, well, now I see that. Even if people in
Mhm.
front of you are acting as, right, again, something that you might not enjoy, you still
Yeah.
see. And that's not really what they are. Yes, just like I do things that don't
Mhm.
sometimes feel good. You know, I'm
Yeah.
human. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so arrogant. I'm this. Yeah, I'm not arrogant. My person that like is still in the shadows and always will be because that's how we grow.
Yes.
She does things that I'm like, oh my God. And I can hold space for that experience because
Mhm.
that's literally the shadow, right? Allows you to see the light.
Yes.
So I see the light that is just that love. And I'm like, oh, and from this place, right? So I actually show this to my clients, like it's like a plug. You plug it out of your ego
Mhm.
identity, that fear, that self-judgment, that resentment, that rejection of what the truth is.
Yes.
And you literally, it's like an alien or it's like a cockroach. It's like, it's like a phantom, right? And it's like a
Yes.
little, it's a little, so yeah, it's like a little parasite. And it's not
Yes.
real. You don't need to fight it. You just see that it's not real, but see with the light of your heart, it's not real. And then it's not real in anyone else, but it still acts.
Right.
So then you can really love anyone, but especially
Mhm.
people that are closest to you that you really do want to give that love to. You can love them not only despite their, let's say, their personality, but you love them even more because you can see that humanity and you can
Mhm.
witness the divine in them because you are witnessing it in yourself and you know how that feels and you can hold that space for them. And this is coaching as well. And this is how it's serving my coaching.
Yes.
That's how I work with people. Yeah, I love them because I can feel the truth of who they are. And that's how my clients actually allow themselves to feel that incredible, again, urge
Mhm.
of the world. Most of them want that as their purpose. Like, how do I serve? How do
Yeah.
first? Why? Because from that place, you will create that space for someone in your life, whether it's your
Mhm.
business, your family, right? Whoever it is that you
Right.
allow and serve, the world itself will feel how much you love and they will trust you. Because,
Yes.
like you said, you're embodying it. Your energy communicates that. So then the things,
Yeah.
right, that you want to manifest from that place, they come because that's how
They
energy works.
come.
Because your energy is, I love. Yeah, I'm discerning. This
Yeah.
is good. I'm not doing this, or this doesn't feel good. I'm saying no to that, right? Or no, why do you
Right.
do that, right? From a place of love, right? This
From
is
a place of
a
love.
place of
Oh,
love. It's not
that's
being right.
anchored in that.
Yeah, it's being
Yes.
kind and still true. This is the truth, and it serves, right?
Right.
Telling your child, listen, yelling at your grandmother isn't the way to communicate your needs.
Yes.
It again, it could be firm, right? This is the masculine, the divine
Mhm.
masculine, not the like, shut up and you're da, 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 da. But the intention is still, this is not right. You want to
Yeah.
communicate your needs. That's good. This is how we do it. Let's practice, right?
Let's
And
practice. Yes.
let's practice expressing how you love in the situation that you feel the need to set a boundary, right? Or say no.
Right.
ask for what you want, right? And feel like, oh, but it's forceful, but it's bad. It's not bad. It's how you do it that determines, right? Its quality and how the world responds to it and its vibration, whether it's love or it's fear.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. There's so my paper with my little notes is like
Yeah.
filling up with all these truths and beauty. So another part of your chart, this is going along with the G center because it spoke to me so clearly, is your 10-20 channel. Now,
Mhm.
channel holds gifts and powers that we can lean onto when we know about them, and we can more utilize them in our daily practice of living and business. So this is the channel of awakening. You get, and it's from your G center to your throat.
Yeah.
And it is embracing the potential for awakening in yourself and in others.
Mhm.
It's you want to breathe life into with joy and beauty into other people. This anthem of yours is just be yourself. Just be
Mhm.
yourself.
Yeah.
And you see the world becoming a better place because people are becoming better.
Mhm.
You're becoming better.
Mhm.
So this is a hard place for people, yeah, as they're coming to you, and to help them to see more clearly how they are and how they're becoming and how they have more confidence. And how does this ability that you have to help your clients to become more, how do you help them through that, with that awakening?
I offer them an experience of the truth of who they are.
Mm.
And we do a lot of work and practices, right? Like literally practices. That's very important for embodiment
Yes.
because you are an embodied being, right? And so that's how we integrate and that's how we reveal the truth. I can talk all day about the things that I know are true, and you will feel their truth, right? But if you're not putting them in practice and literally owning the experience of, oh, this is truth, and then letting your nervous system, right, adapt, integrate, catch up, right, to what feels true in your heart, and then letting your mind, right, catch up and feel safe to then create new beliefs, right, new ideas from a place of feeling the truth, really feeling it. So the way that I do that work with my clients is I really do create experiences with them. So my coaching sessions aren't like mental, ping pong. I was like, let's, like, yeah, of course it does serve a powerful
Yes.
conversation, right? About what you want. Like I said in the beginning, it does serve to manifest, but I'm not here to help you manifest something that your heart doesn't want, right? Not the right coach for you. I'm not judging that desire. I've done that and I've
Yeah.
manifested things that were like, yeah, I want this. And then it didn't feel good. And I was like, well, that's why
Right.
it wasn't tapped into my heart. So like I said, I was suffering that like dual, I know what I am, but I don't, and when I had
Yeah.
that powerful ping of like, it's time to wake up, right? 10 years ago
Yes.
was most powerful for me, where I started this really, like, I started that journey of working through understanding what I am and learning to do spiritual work from a place of, again, spiritual work as a coach, right? As a facilitator,
Yes.
as somebody, as and I can call myself a healer, but I don't like using that word because I create the container where your healing occurs, right? If it is in your highest good, in the way that it is in your highest good, it always will be. But I create the container, right? So how I serve my clients from that place of being in that truth and seeing the truth and loving is that the experience of what you are, true experience that you literally like practice embodying every day, where you discover what you are deeper and deeper and deeper, and you become almost like just enamored, right? Like in love with the
Yeah.
discovering yourself, and it becomes part of everything else you're doing, and you can see how it serves, again, your goals, your vision, finding that purpose that's aligned to everything you want and where you want to live and how you need to eat, like all the things, right? Where your body needs to be, but from a place of knowing that truth in your body. And the way that I feel most like just inspired to share with people this work works is that once you experience the truth of what you are,
Yeah.
and you commit, right? Like your
Mm-hmm.
full-time job becomes having that as a basis for everything you do, you can't not
Right.
like fall in love, not with yourself, you fall in love with loving yourself, because you recognize how deeply in service it is to every single thing that you think is important, and how
Right.
selfless it actually is, because it's
Yes.
so selfful. And then you feel that power to actually really help someone, really support whatever it is you care about, and
Right.
feel like you are living your purpose. So the way, again, it works is it becomes an
Yes.
embodied experience of the truth of how loving
Yes.
yourself is your number one priority in this life. It is a full-time job because you actually
Yes.
want to do that, because that's not
Right.
something we learn. We learn how to judge
Right.
ourselves, tie ourselves to fit into boxes and pretend we're not who we are. We're so good at forgetting who we are.
Yes.
So I teach,
Yes.
help people experience how to remember and become immersed and completely embodied and grounded, and not, I don't want to say unapologetic, just certain of what they are,
Yeah.
how much they love themselves for what they are. And that is what creates the transformation that they're looking for, wherever that is in their life, right? Again, career, job, connection to the divine, which is a big, again, part of what I offer people, is finding that divine, that God in your life. Where is it? And it's always about the same thing. People looking, my teacher says this, and I'll share it with you. One of my spiritual teachers, Muji, he put it this way, and I'm like, yeah, this is the work. I help you find yourself, discover that you found God.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
That's what it is. And
Yeah.
it's not, again, I am God. No, it's I am
Right.
of that, and I am a funnel for it. And it's the most humbling and empowering
Yes.
and true experience you can have in this world. And I
Yes.
do believe, for me anyway, this life is for that. So anything I do, whether I end up in a year from now, I don't know, working in a retreat center, running, I don't know where, who knows where, it will be still me doing this work. So I will just show
It's
up, right?
it's
Yeah.
the same theme. It just is transforming throughout the process and becoming more and more as the journey goes
More
on.
fun. Yeah,
Yes.
more elegant, more in service. Again,
Yes.
knowing your own, again, where are you limiting yourself? I know there are certain things that I can do really well that are effortless
Mhm.
and exciting, and yet I haven't actually put in the work to make them elegant and concise and simple. And I do need help to take myself as, again, as a coach, as a facilitator, as a teacher, all of the things, right, that I embody as an artist, right? I can, all of
Yes.
that. So, for example, so yes, I'm going to hire a coach who is phenomenal, right, at pulling me in, not to limit me, but let me
No.
feel free to be what I am in a container that serves the way that I really want to serve in this moment. And
Yes.
that does take absolutely work, dedication,
Support.
yourself. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Oh my goodness. I on your chart also there's another channel that really spoke to me. And again, I like there's on your human design chart there's so many
Yeah.
channels, gates,
Mhm.
pieces of the chart that is just I can't keep track of it all in my brain. So I just go with what feels good and then okay, what does this connect to? Yeah. So on there, and so I don't go into a reading with any preconceived notions, which I think is really great. So on your chart, there's a 214 channel, and this is
Mhm.
the sacral to the G center. So your sacral is job is to have all the energy, and the
Mm.
G center is your identity, your anchoring in and who you truly are.
Yeah.
This is the channel of the alchemist. You are an agent of transformation. You defy odds with your transformation and your creativity, your creative powers. And
Mm.
unleashing that professionally and personally takes something that's maybe not working or that's down here to
Mm.
new levels, making it soar, making it become, making it again transformed when you're
Yeah.
in this work. So, how have you seen that gift as you've tapped into that, either knowingly or unknowingly, in your business or your life?
Mm. Well, I mean, that's, I'm like, yeah, of course, this all makes sense. Like, so yeah, I do, again, in the roles that I play in the world,
Yeah.
artist was the first
Yes.
for me. Not performer, artist, right?
Mm.
For the art then, but become the art. become your
Yeah.
own art. And that is, again, part of what I do with other people is it's not about just using your creativity to, again, to be a good employee or, be creative just for the sake of knowing it's good for you, right? Or whatever, taking time off and enjoying being creative. It's knowing that your essence, my essence, always felt like the most true thing for me was if I don't create, I'm not alive. And
Oh.
so I'm not alive. And so I destroy, right?
Mm.
Destroy, not destroy again from a place of evil, right? It's like I want to destroy.
Right.
No, but I will by default, right? Because the energy has to go somewhere. So if I'm not
Right.
funneling it into something that my heart's creating or my mind, right, wants to create, if it's not creative energy from that sacral space, right, of like, this is where we are born from.
Mm-hmm.
And like in physical bodies, that's where we create from. That's why what I do also part of it, like I said before, sacred sexuality is so important. It's not about sex, it's part of it, but sexual energy is that energy of creating life, right? Birthing,
Yes.
manifesting, bringing embodied beings into the world. And so for me, the idea of alchemy and transformation was always anchored in, challenges where I feel this urge to create, but I don't know how. And it doesn't feel good because I'm trying to create, right? But it's not serving. It feels misaligned. It feels like not me. And it's from a place of, in this moment, I'm being asked to transform what I think I am, right? In my role, right? In what I'm doing. Like, okay, I'm a coach, I'm doing this. And then I feel like, okay, but what I want to create, for example, is an experience for people where we are in a community doing this energetic transformation, experiential, embodied, right? Self-love work together. And I can guide and lead from that expertise, but also knowing that I'm fully confident in this container that I have created. Now I'm flowing in it because that's what art is. And so my first again, goal as an artist, if anything, the most important thing I learned in my acting career, and I also write everything. And my father was an artist too. So the idea of being an artist, it requires understanding that your art, 90% of that art that actually people see, right? Whatever you create in the world is practice, is learning, is sitting with, I don't know how, but I'm going to try and I'm going to get the help I need. I know it's in service and it's going to feel awkward and weird. I'm going to feel stupid. I'm going to fail. And it's part of becoming your own art. Failure, disappointment, this didn't work. That's how you pain. It's like, oh, this didn't work. Brush it off. Let's do, okay, yeah, but not this. Yeah, is it failure? If you want to see it that way, sure, right? But I feel the only failure that we can consider to be failure is not becoming your own art. Is not doing this crazy thing that, oh my God, I don't know how, but I will figure out what I need and how to go forward once I put this out there and I ask, show me, tell me the truth, guide me, right? I'm humble. I'm not arrogant. I'm not saying I know everything. If I don't know, I'm not doing it, right? Like, because I can't fail, because perfectionism, right? It's the opposite of creativity. It's the opposite of allowing yourself to be that embodied art, because art is always evolving. It's always a painting, right? Mona Lisa, we look at it now. Why? It's the same painting. It's not. That energetic quality is always changing and speaking to you right now in a completely different way if you are allowing yourself to be open to receive it, right? And so my own personal alchemy and transformation is in every single moment literally asking the divine to show me the truth. Take what isn't true so that I can funnel in this creative energy. I can ask for help. I can commit to the right projects. I can say yes to, but again, in the right projects. I need projects that are aligned to bring this thing that I really want to birth through a healthy, empowering, effortless way. And again, it doesn't mean without effort in certain ways. You got to push the baby out. But that effort is effortless because it's the most natural thing, right? Giving birth, right? It does not feel effortless, but it is in a way, right? Because that's the way it works. So it's the same way. Yeah, it will feel like, oh, this is hard. And it feels like the most true thing. And it's challenging, and it's scary, and it's all the things, because that's how art feels, because the whole point of being your own art is that you don't ever have a limit or an end. And every challenge, right, that requires that and has required that of me, it was like, okay, what's being asked? Who do I need to embody right now to be in highest service and in my truth right now? Not even 2 hours ago, but right now. That's mastery. You need to master this vessel, this instrument that you are, to be this artist of your own experience of what you are. And so every challenge, right? Every breakup, every job that didn't work, every experience in my business, it was like, okay, yes, but this didn't work, right? Didn't come through in a way that my heart wanted. Why? It's showing me, where am I limited, right? Where do I lack skill, right? Where do I need to go further and I need help? Like, and I'm in that situation right now, and I'm super humbled by it. And I'm like, this is incredible. Like, this is how it works. And it feels really empowering while, again, being really humbling, because it allows, this is in your highest good. It will never make you feel arrogant. It will always remind you how you don't know anything, but you know that there is something that does, and you're letting that guide your art, and you need to listen. And the more I've done this, right, the more, again, it's becoming the most, I don't want to say it's simple, but it is simple. It's not easy. It's not easy, but it becomes easier, and it's definitely becoming clearer, right? That it's the most natural way for a human being to live, because every single moment is always different. And so who are you in this moment in response from your heart's truth and knowing who you are? So that's where we start, right? And then from that, what do I want to create? And it's never to get something. It's always about, I want to reveal and gift so that I can receive. And it's that flow again of love, right? It's receiving and giving. It's never about trying to get or even manifest from a place of, I need this now, right? Like, I need this now. Yeah, that's my absolutely, right? And it's not who I am. It's not the truth of what I am, but it's showing me that it's not true, so that I can see the truth. And the truth of me doesn't want anything right now. The truth of me just wants to be fully, joyfully aware of the truth, right, of me. The truth wants to be aware of the truth. I want to be aware of what's true. And I want to feel confident that I am here to create whatever is coming through me, and whatever I need will come and align, and I will make the right decisions to make that happen, because it's in my highest good and everyone else's. So that's what I want. I don't want anything to happen on my timeline or my mind does. And again, the truth of my heart is no. I want to trust life, and I want to know that I'm life itself, because I am my own art. That's what life is. It's art.
That's so beautiful. And that jumps into the last section of your chart that I really wanted to explore with you today. And it's from your G Center again. And it's a gate.
I forgot, actually. Where is it? I don't know.
So it's right below your throat.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So third down. Yep. And on there, there's a gate, and these gates add flavor to our personality. They add gifts that we can lean on to. They're the lines that go halfway across from a defined center, going towards another center. Now, this is the gate of creativity. And again, a theme that we've been talking about this whole time. And I don't have all these memorized. So it's a gate of creativity. You're highly creative. You find fresh forms of expression. The act of being creative is so special to you. So that's part of your life. And so as you continue to feel fulfilled, or you need to be fulfilled more, look at how much you're creating in your life, whether that's in your business or your personal life. Like, what are you creating that you can, even being in the act of creating something with your hands too is important. Not only bringing ideas to life, but creation with your hands. And this gift can be applied to whatever you want it to be, whatever focus you want it to be. I saw this quote the other day. It was, someone's like, I brought an idea to life. That is awesome. And that's the same thing. You bring things to life, whether they're a service or whether they're a tangible thing. that you have this beautiful way of bringing creativity to life, and it fills your soul, and it's a part of who you are, and it's a part of a need that you have to fulfill.
Yeah.
So whenever if you're like, oh, I'm going to create this, but then you're like, oh, I don't know about that, just lean into it and know that your soul will carry you through that process. So just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Oh, I just had tears in my eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Oh, woman, I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
I mean, yes, it's a question I ask myself when I
Yeah.
feel off, right? And the periods that I shared where I was trying to be
Mhm.
something I'm not, and this still happens, right? It will still pull you back. It's just, I'm very quick to get out of it. And
Yeah.
this is how, when I say, yes, it's this is coming through, right? And so you said hands, absolutely. Like everything, like cooking is creativity for me, right?
Mhm.
Making is, but also writing, sculpting, right? And again, it's not about being a good painter, being a sculptor, being no, but I know, and also again, energy work, like being a Reiki practitioner, I know my hands do have that power. I don't want to say it's mine, but I have allowed myself, right, to tap into something that can go through them. And
Mhm.
everyone else can as well, and but it felt true to me, right, because my hands
Yes.
create, and I love that feeling. And so I feel that the way that it served me most is anytime I feel like, oh, I feel off, the answer is, oh,
Mhm.
what do I literally need to create right now that I'm not,
Oh.
right? And it's often like write a poem, write a post, create a video. Because I have like a channel on YouTube, I have a podcast, I
Yes.
have a poetry blog, I have a blog. All of this is so that I have containers for that. And it's not just, well, where does it, like, no, I know this is going here and this is going here, and it's not
Mhm.
supposed to be perfect, it's not supposed to, there's no agenda, it's just I'm expressing my soul. And like you said, I'm not in a box. I like often, you probably have seen, I've posted and I will keep posting for as long as it feels right,
Yeah.
poetry on my Facebook page, right? And it's like, yes, I'm an intuitive coach, yes, I work with people on achieving their goals, and I'm also a poet, and I want that part of me to shine through because it's part of the art that I bring to my coaching, right? And again, what I write about is what I speak to my clients about, right? It's that anchoring embodied experience of discovering, awakening, embodying your true self. And so creativity for me is literally the only way I feel alive. And so when again
Oh.
I don't create, I feel like I'm not. Of course I am, right? But it feels like I'm literally letting that energy destroy itself. It can't, right? But it
Yes.
just transforms, but it transforms in that feeling of depression, of
Mhm.
something is off. And it's showing me that, which is a gift, right? So the way through just happened this week. Actually, I was in a town here where I didn't actually really, it's not that it was bad, but I didn't feel, it wasn't my place. I just didn't feel
Yeah.
there. And I was like, I need to get out of this funk, like right now.
Yeah.
What do I do? So what do I do? And so I'm like, move, right? And so like how first I tapped in is like, okay, well, I'm withholding love. I'm withholding love, right? And
Mm.
that's creative energy. So first tap into what that is. And I'm being asked to speak to the subject that I know this is now very true for me. Time to create a video on that. But before that happened, the way that I unleashed that certainty, right? This is
Yeah.
what I'm creating, this is a container. I went to a cafe and I was like, I'm gonna write a poem right now. I know something is gonna come through.
Oh.
I haven't actually posted it yet. I just put it in my notes like now. So I read a little bit. I got, that feeling of just words and poetry of words and connecting again to that creativity through someone else, right? And just being like, okay, and then
Yes.
popping into mine and we're dancing together. And I'm like, how do I want to respond to this moment right now? My
Mm.
experience before, but also this moment now that I've said it's time to create. It's important. Like this is not just it's I'm creating with intention, but I'm not attached to what it is. It doesn't need to be anything.
Yeah.
And so I wrote that and I was like, huh. It's almost like, you get up in the morning. Yeah, I need to like literally open my eyes and splash some water to feel like, okay, I'm ready to live. And that's what it feels like to me, creativity. It's like I'm ready to live. I'm always alive. But before I allow that creativity to come through, it feels like there's some stifling
Yes.
the literally the truth and the life within me that is not anyone else's, this force I create from not allowing this energy be that thing that's waiting to come through, right? And it doesn't
Allowing it.
look like anything that you think, but it will be true. And it might surprise you, right? Because like, oh, I never thought I could draw or write, but it just felt intuitively, it's like, what feels true right now? And then from that place, you can take it further. Like, oh, it feels like a podcast episode. Oh, I'm going to take this book, right? And it's, again, deep curiosity. I was like, well, how is it that this wants to come through? It doesn't need to have a big reason, but I'm curious, like what's underneath this pull? And you always will discover such powerful, again, healing energy and clarity around things that you thought were completely unrelated, right? And sudden just like urge to love. That's why I do it. It creates this awareness of how much love I have that I'm holding back from myself. And creativity is the channel of that love. And that's what we started with. That's, to me, that's self-love.
That is, and that's the permission to create and have that energy surround us and be with us and to create something for someone else because it's in there. And disconnecting from that disconnects from who we really can be, you know, and who we can help other people to be.
And it's still not about doing it for someone else. See, that's the whole point. It's such a powerful thing because you're doing it for you. And in that, you are doing it for the person that needs to hear it, needs to read it, whenever that is. It might be when you die. You don't know, right? But it will be in service, and the energy you create with it. And that's what's important. Like in that poem, like I felt that love energy come through. Like, oh, now I'm going to record this video. And through that, like, oh, and now I'm called to just literally, oh my God, blast out love to people that I felt in that moment. Well, why would I do that? It was because a part of me is judging them. I give even more love now to show myself how much of it I have, literally. And it's not about the person, it's about I really do love them. And I'm so, again, I'm not sorry, right? But I see that the judgment, the withholding of love wasn't in my service because literally that is what was blocking my creativity. And now that it's like, which side am I going through? It's like I unlocked it. Now I see, oh, and now I can give that love even more so. And like you said, it serves, it helps, it supports, it funnels. Most importantly, it allows me and it allows anyone that I work with or see or again, connect with, tap into your purpose. And your purpose is to create. You are a creator, but that's your nature. We are, right? That's what we are. We are creating all the time. So when I feel stifled, I'm creating the experience of being stifled. Right. And so how can I use it to move through something that I can actually say, well, I've just created a container to share more love because I felt all of it is in service, right? Like
all of it. Yeah. And it all ripples throughout each other. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Now
it's so great.
Good. Yeah. But you need to see it from that other side, right?
Yes.
You have to allow that creativity, know how to work with it and know that it's always going to serve the most important thing in your life.
Right. And be open to the journey of that creativity and be able to like create space, open heart, allow that too. So Sasha, this has been so beautiful. Like we could go on and on forever. Oh my gosh. This has been amazing. I have, again, like pages of notes of truths that came to me from you and the gift that you serve for others. Where can people connect with you? Where can they find you? What can they do to be a part of your world?
So I'm very easy to find, although my name isn't as evident. So Sasha Lipskaia, right? My full name is where you find me on all social media at Sasha Lipskaia, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and a podcast, Being Brave with Sasha Lipskaia. And we will have you on shortly. That's next. Yes. And also my website, again, sashalipskaia.com. So connect with me anywhere and everywhere. I'm super responsive, as you can see. I love people and I would love to learn, connect, and understand what it is that you're looking for in this world, what you want to create so that I can create content around it, so that I can hold space for that. Again, that life force coming through you, because we're all doing it together. We're creating this world together. And that's why you and I are here, right? Yes. So thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this. I mean, I feel to say that this has been, to me, one of the most powerful and like just transformational experiences being interviewed. And it just is such a gift. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Hugs to you. Have a
Yeah.
great time in Colombia as you finish up your week, and lots of love to you. So
Thank
thank you,
you.
Sasha.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Mwah. Be brave. Be you. Create. Bye. Bye.
Oh my goodness, isn't she the most remarkable human being? Don't you feel surrounded by her love and her compassion and her ability to see and to feel? And that helps us to know, as we have this defined G center, what does that look like in motion? What does that applicable um, action steps that we can take and utilize to hit the next levels of our life, of our goals, of our dreams? And really stand in our own power with a useful tool that helps every single time. All right, you guys, we have a master class coming up at the end of the month. We are going to be celebrating the launch of the Become a podcast. Many, many, many requests have come in, and I just felt like there was divine timing in figuring out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. And this timing is everything. So I'm very excited to do that. We'll be doing a velocity masterclass where you can really tap into the velocity and the speed with which your human design gives you and gifts to you. It is a gift to you, and you get to see it, be aware of it, and know exactly how to use it. So let's rise to thrive. I'll see you guys next time.